Hello everyone. We are going to start next chapter of grade 11th, that is innovation and problem solving. Who is an entrepreneur? He or she is the one who takes up risk. You can see in the picture that a person who does multitasking, still he remains calm in his mind. Why? These entrepreneurs are called problem solvers. Entrepreneurial actions are efforts to solve problems for others. Therefore, entrepreneurs are problem solvers. Many problems are created by human beings, and it is said they are solved also by human beings only. When a person solves a problem, a new value is created. In the business world, the problem solvers take risk but often create value by solving a customer or a market problem, which is the key to creating a profitable enterprise. The more or larger problems, the more big profit he can earn. An entrepreneurial organization solves, the more profit it can generate. Innovations leading to entrepreneurial ventures. Lot many innovations have been taken place, are still taking place and will be taking place in future. This is the result of innovation, creativity and problem solving of an entrepreneur. An entrepreneur is a person who habitually creates and innovates to build something of recognized value around perceived opportunities. Creativity and innovation are the distinguished marks of the entrepreneur. That is why they disturb markets and can challenge large established business. Creativity is a continuous activity for the entrepreneur, always sees new ways of doing things, with little concern for how difficult they might be or whether the resources are available. But creativity in the entrepreneur is combined with the ability to innovate, to take the idea and make it work in practice. Once the project is accomplished, the entrepreneur seeks another mountain to climb because for him or her, creativity and innovation are habitual, something that he or she has to keep on doing. That is why this process is a never ending process. Social entrepreneurship. Who is a social entrepreneur? According to J. Gregory Dees, social entrepreneurship is which combines the passion of social mission with an image of business like discipline, innovation, and determination. That means the person is a selfless individual. He did not just think about himself, but he also think about the society. According to Martin and Osberg, the social entrepreneur aims for value in the form of large-scale transformational benefit that accrues either to a significant segment of society or to society at large. Moreover, the social entrepreneur targets his/her programs at the underserved, neglected, or highly disadvantaged population that lacks the financial means or political clout to achieve the transformative benefit on its own. Difference between entrepreneurship and social entrepreneurship. As you can see, entrepreneurship is the process which is never ending, but the main objective is to earn profit. And social entrepreneurship strives for earning the welfare and giving back to the society. The entrepreneur's final objective is wealth creation. However, for the social entrepreneur, wealth creation is simply a means to end. The social entrepreneur participates in profit seeking business ventures if only to use the profit generation to create valuable programs for the whole community. That means he believes in sharing and caring. Characteristics of a social entrepreneur. He is a social catalyst. That means he will trigger the social welfare. He is socially aware. That means he knows what is happening around the society. He is opportunity seeker. That means he will look forward for the opportunity where he can benefit the society. He is resourceful. That means whatever problems arise, he has enough resources and people who are ready to solve the problem. If not, he will organize the resources and bring the solution. Accountable, very important. He has accountability towards the society that whatever work he has done or whichever steps are taken, he is accountable for every step taken. Concept of risk taking. Risk and profit goes hand in hand. The more risk an entrepreneur takes, the more profit he can earn. Business risk means the possibility of some unfavorable occurrence. According to B.O. Wheeler, loss in business, even though the businessman exposed to may be allowed or not aware of it. Risk is a chance of loss. It is possibility of some adverse occurrence. Types of risk taking. There are mainly four types of risk: insurable risk, non insurable risk, internal risks, and external risk. Insurable risks are the ones which we can know the causes of occurrence, and insurance companies give the claim against that. That means which can be avoided by taking corrective measures or by taking steps. Non-insurable risks are the risks which are very obvious to happen, and insurance company do not take claim for that. They can happen due to the market condition, due to the negligence of human beings, and due to various natural factors. Internal risk, that is the risks which are arised by within the internal factors of company or a firm. External risks. External risks are the risks which are not controllable, which are not in the hand of entrepreneur, which are not confined within the firm. Internal risks are those risks which arise from the events taking place within the business enterprise. Such risks arise during the ordinary course of business. These risks can be forecasted and probability of their occurrence can be determined. Hence, they can be controlled by an entrepreneur to an appreciable extent. One of the important internal risks are human factors. Human factors are important cause. They may result from strikes, lockouts by the trade unions, negligence and dishonesty of an employee, accidents or deaths in the industry, incompetence of the manager or other important people in the organization, etc. Also, the failure of suppliers to supply the materials or goods on time or default in payment by debtors may adversely affect the business enterprise. Next are technological factors which give result to internal risk. Technological factors are the unforeseen changes in techniques of production or distribution. They may result in technological obsolescence and other business risk. External risk. These risks are not in hand of an entrepreneur, and these risks may arise at any point of time. Sometimes an entrepreneur himself is not ready for these adverse circumstances and situations. Following are various external risks, economic factors. These are the most important causes of external risk. They result from the changes in the prevailing market condition. They may be in the form of changes in demand for the product, price fluctuations, changes in taste and preferences of the consumers, and changes in income output or trade cycles. The conditions like increased competition for the product, inflationary tendency in the economy, rising unemployment, as well as the fluctuations in world economy may also adversely affect the business enterprise. Such risks, which are caused by changes in the economy, are known as dynamic risks. These risks are generally less predictable because they do not appear at regular interval. Next are natural calamities. These are also not in the hands of an entrepreneur, but he has to be ready for such adversities of nature. Natural factors are unforeseen natural calamities over which an entrepreneur has very little or no control. They result from events like earthquake, flood, famine, cyclone, lightning, tornado, etc. Such events may cause loss of life and property to the firm or they may spoil its goods. For example, the Gujarat earthquake caused irreplaceable damage not only to the business enterprise but also adversely affected the whole economy of the state. There are lot many examples like floods in Orissa and forest fire in Australia. Political factors. Political factors have an important influence on the functioning of a business, both in the long and short term. They result from political changes in a country like fall or change in the government, communal violence or riots in the country, civil wars, as well as hostilities within the neighboring countries. Besides, changes in government policies and regulations may also affect the profitability and position of an enterprise. For example, changes in industrial policy and trade policy, annual announcement of the budget amendments to various legislation, etc., may enhance the reduce or increase the profit of business enterprise. Right now, the India-China war on the Ladakh border is one of the important political factor that people are facing problems in their business. Changes in taste and preferences of the consumers. As we all know, consumers are considered as the king of the market. If their behavior change, if their needs change, if their likes changes, the entrepreneur also have to change their goods and services according to the taste and preferences of consumers. So that also is a risk. Sometimes entrepreneur produce a lump sum amount of one type of trend, but within few weeks or few months, it may happen that same trend becomes outdated and entrepreneur is in a big loss with a good amount of stock of that particular trend. Now, entrepreneur will look forward how to clear that dead stock. Dead stock is the amount of outdated fashioned goods. So that is also a very prominent and important risk that influences the entrepreneur's behavior or entrepreneur's way of doing his activities. Next important topic in this chapter is role of technology and social media in creating new forms of business. Over the past 25 years, the digital revolution has changed the way we work and play almost beyond recognition. Yet the smart, interconnected world we live in now is still neither as smart nor as connected as we would like it to be. Consumers want more powerful devices and applications, while business seek more cost-effective technology to cope with increasingly complex changes. That means as the technology or digitalization has increased, entrepreneurs also have to change their knowledge and the use of this digital world. Technology is useful for an entrepreneur to collect information. In this competitive world, in order to attract a customer, the entrepreneur have to know the customer in detail so that they can assure that they are loyal to the company. Information which is collected, for example, age, regularity of customer to shop, preferences of purchase, all these factors enable a company to understand the taste and preference of the customer so that they can serve them better. So to take all the data, to seek all the information, such types of technology or social media plays an important role. Business intelligence. This is an ability of an organization to collect, maintain, organize data. Examples, sales data during an off-season discount. This data produces large amount of information that can help develop new opportunities. Identifying these opportunities and implementing an effective strategy can provide a competitive market advantage and long-term stability. The technology is used as business intelligence also. Smart mobility. Those devices which are mobile help in growth of business. Smart mobility which will change the way people interact. Increasingly smart devices, portable tools that connect to the internet have become a part of our lives. In the last quarter of 2010, sales of smartphones outpassed those of PCs for the first time. According to data from IDC, by 2014, more smart devices could be used to access the internet than traditional computers. The to an increasingly mobile world will create new players and new opportunities for a variety of industries. We expect that new emerging market companies will be significant competitors, growing rapidly in part because a lack of legacy system will enable them to profit more quickly. From new technology, it becomes available. Now also we can see there are many digital technology, robotics and nanotechnologies are taking place. The biometric KYC system and the biometric system that is used in supermalls and departmental store for coding their prices and making the bill work easy are example of such smart mobility used in the business. Cloud computing. This is an interesting and very important technology that is used in business enterprise. Here, all the data is collected and stored in server, and the accessibility depends on the authority. The origin of the term cloud computing is obscure, but it appears to derive from the practice of using drawings of tiles clouds to denote networks in a diagram of computing and communication system. The word cloud is used as a metaphor for the internet based on the standardized use of cloud like shape to denote a network. The result of this is making work easy. For example, on any internet website, if the person is registered in that particular website, he or she just have to put in the credential and he can seek all the information depending on the authority. Just to enter the credential like name, email ID or phone number, he can get the information. So say that person may be a consumer, that person may be one of the part of that organization, or he or she may be the core person in the management of that organization. The power of social media. Social media nowadays has played an important role in influencing people's taste preferences and their behavior patterns. We can take the example of Google, Facebook, Twitter, smartphones, tablets, and e readers. They have a separate world. Technologies that originated in consumer space are now reshaping the way companies communicate and collaborate with employees, partners, and computers. Through the new possibilities for social listening, businesses are able to better understand what their customer and employees need, and want. Moreover, the trend of online shopping also has taken place because of the social media. Next are barriers to entrepreneurship. Barriers, obstacles, hurdles in the path of an entrepreneur. Basically, these barriers are divided into two categories. One is environmental barriers, where we can have economic, social, cultural, and political barriers. The another barrier of an entrepreneur is related to his personality or personal barrier, that is motivational or perceptual. We'll be seeing each one in detail. Economic factor, the factors which are responsible for economic development, such as land, labor, capital, material, market, etc., are equally responsible for the development of an entrepreneur. If he is economically sound, he may grow and he may earn more. Social factors, sociological factors such as caste, structure, mobility of labor, customer needs, cultural heritage, respect for senior citizen values, etc., might have a far reaching impact on business. If the entrepreneur is thinking about society or he is a selfless individual, then not earning the more profit, but he may earn goodwill, and that will help in a long term for his business. Cultural factor. Every society has its own cultural values, benefits, and norms. If the culture of a society is conducive to creativity, risk taking, and adventurous spirits, in such a culture, millennium entrepreneur will get encouragement. Here we can take an example of city Bengaluru, where new technologies, digitalization, and new apps are introduced so that we can have a test whether the app will work or not, because the acceptability of digitalization and technology is more in Bengaluru. So if each and every society is that much open and adaptable and tries and strive to try new things, their more digitalized or and developed market structure can be formed. Political factors. It provides the legal framework within which business is to function. Viability of business depends on the ability with which it can meet the challenges arising out of the political environment. That means rules and regulations. So that is also one of the barrier, that is also one of the hindrance if certain products or services are not approved by government or licensing is not provided, the businessman cannot move further in his in his entrepreneurial journey. Personal factors, perceptual. There are certain perceptual barriers that can hamper the progress of an entrepreneur. Lack of clear vision and misunderstanding of the situation can result in a faulty perception. Having preconceived notions and prejudice against a particular business activity will leave him limited choices. So, depends on the perception how he does the work. That is all about the attitude of an entrepreneur. Motivational. Sustained motivation is an essential input in any entrepreneurial venture. Lack of motivation is a strong barrier to entrepreneurship. Many entrepreneurs start with enthusiasm, but when they face some difficulties in the execution of their plans, they lose motivation. That is what their zeal gets over, and this should not happen. In fact, they should learn from the setbacks. Incubators are the angel investors which will help the startups to raise the funds. Incubators help resident companies secure capital in a number of ways, connecting companies with angel investors. Angel investors are the high net worth individual investors who give their who give the initial input or initial fund to the startup companies, working with companies to perfect venture capital presentation and connecting them to venture capitalists. assisting companies in applying for loans, assisting companies in accessing government agencies. Example NZTE, that is Technology and NZ Technology Business Assistance Grant Programs. There are lot many schemes by government, and there are lot many financial institutes that will not only give the assistance to the upcoming entrepreneurs, but also they will give the funding for making their business successful. This is all for the chapter 4. Thanks for watching. Take care.